Everybody in crypto should hold some stablecoins. These coins are the backbone of the industry. Stablecoins, of course, stable in the name, will reduce your portfolio volatility, especially if you are holding some risk on assets like meme coins. You will see 20-30% portfolio swings in a single day. I'm not saying though to go full stables. I'm not saying to have 50% of your portfolio in stables. I'm saying just keep a portion. Imagine you just have, say, 10% of your portfolio in stables, 5%, just have some. Why do you need them though? First off is opportunities. Imagine you are all in on a meme coin. You think it's the most bullish coin. You know it probably will perform really well. However, it may not be performing or moving too much right now. You see a brand new opportunity come up. And of course, you need capital to deploy. You can either one, sell your current position or a portion and then deploy that capital. However, if you really love your coin or your bag, again, it's the term marrying your bag, where you pretty much won't sell it for anything. If you're all in a coin already, a new opportunity comes up, you probably won't take action on that opportunity because you have to sacrifice another coin that you already have. However, on the flip side, if you have stables, especially ones ready to deploy, you can simply see a new opportunity or a new narrative. Currently, there's this whole Believe app and tokens on there. For example, if you had some stable coins already, you could go in, buy that new narrative, that new coin, and you feel completely fine about doing it. You're not reducing a position. You're not thinking, oh, do I sell my token now because it's down today? You can simply just take action and buy into that opportunity. Another reason to hold them, of course, is for red days. They're inevitable. There's going to be dips in the market, and that is what your stable coins are there for. You deploy them when the market is low to buy up the tokens that you want to then make profit. Which, of course, sounds very obvious. You hold your stables to buy the dip. Everyone knows that. However, holding stables actually makes it a lot easier to navigate the red days emotion and mentally. For example, if you are fully allocated into the market, say Trump announces some new tariffs and everything tanks, your portfolio is down 20% on the day, you're not going to be happy. However, on the flip side, if you have some stable coins, you see the red day, of course your portfolio may be down. However, one, you see it as a great opportunity to buy, and two, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. You have these stables set to the side, ready for these red days. And when you see that red day, you're going to be like, hell yeah, this is my opportunity. I can now purchase using those stables I had set aside to then perform well in the market. So, as well as reducing your volatility, you have the opportunities and that emotional side. Instead of panicking on a red day, you see it as a great opportunity to buy. So a personal story here was the Trump token. Of course, Trump launched his meme token. People weren't sure if it was real or it was fake. And then, of course, it absolutely set. I believe I saw the token and got in around, say, $10. It ran all the way up to 70. And then, as many people in the market would have experienced, was the Melania token pretty much the next day. As soon as Melania launched, Trump crashed from around $70 down to around $30, which of course a 50% decline in the president's meme coin while the market was still hot was a huge opportunity to purchase Trump. At that time, I was pretty much max allocated into the market with no stables. So I purchased the dip. However, I had to sacrifice another position I was already holding. And especially how the market was at that time, the other positions were down because a lot of people were doing the same thing, selling the tokens they have to buy the Trump coin. So you're selling your token on a red day when it's down to then take a risk on a new opportunity, which, to be honest, was quite stupid, and it's FOMO in the moment, I guess. However, on the flip side, again, if I had a stable coin allocation or a pool, I simply could have just bought the dip with those stables and happy days. Not a massive risk. Again, it's poor risk management, to be honest, if you're swapping positions into new risky assets. Again, once you have your winners, you don't want to rotate those winners into risk. You want to take profits on the winner and then stable some of those profits and use those stable coins to buy these new opportunities. Which is why profit taking is one of the most important skills in crypto. And if you would like to master that, check the top link in the description to join my program and community. I will teach you step by step on how to take your profits, hold your hand through the whole cycle, telling you sell here, you're over allocated, you just need to bank some money. And additionally, there's a community of like-minded other traders and investors to help you along the way, and of course network for new opportunities. With all of this talk about stablecoins, you might be asking, what stablecoin should you buy then? To be honest, it doesn't really make much difference. You can hold USDC, USDT, DAI, any of the other coins. Should you hold it on a CEX or should you hold it on chain? Again, you can do a split. Personally for me, I have a USDT and a USDC split. It doesn't need to be 50-50, to be honest. It just depends on what I was feeling on the day. Most of them are held on chain, especially for opportunities, because if it's stuck in a CEX and you want to buy, say, a new token or a new narrative, there's an extra step before you can then just go in and buy the token. Of course, if you have a very large amount, you may want it in a CEX. Of course, there's the whole your keys, your crypto. So a lot of people are anti-centralized exchanges. Personally, I think it's fine to hold them on chain, especially if you are in a smaller amount, so that capital is ready to deploy as soon as possible. Another benefit of having these stables is we of course have market volatility and market bad days, but there might be something in your life that comes up. Imagine you're driving to work one day and you get a flat tire, or something in your car breaks and you need to go and repair it. That cost there, you may not have the capital for. So in that sense, you may need to sell a coin position that you wouldn't have wanted to sell that early. These stable coins can then pay for anything really that comes up, kind of like an emergency fund. We see in just traditional trading and investing that people recommend to have an emergency fund. Of course, a lot of people in crypto are max degen, just all in at 100% net worth in meme coins, which is why it's even more important for them to have a stablecoin allocation. Again, I'm not talking a huge amount, just have some. Enough that it can cover an expense. Enough that if you saw a new opportunity, you have the amount of capital that you would want to invest into that new narrative. Providing you have that, you should be fine. Of course, then is the question, how do you get these stable coins? Of course, you would get them naturally through regular profit taking. It's the discipline of my token goes up, I'm happy with some money, I'm going to take some profits. Just shave a little bit off the top. And again, as your tokens go up more, just shave a little bit off. And naturally, through this process, you will accumulate a nice pool of stable coins ready to buy the dips or be ready for any new opportunities. Again, if you want to master profit taking, check the top link of the description. With all of those stables, in the end, you can then rotate into new narratives, run up the portfolio again, and of course, eventually, hopefully, make it. But I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you tomorrow.